I think it's time to have some fun, guys. How's everybody doing? Cam was able to make it. He got his power back on. So we're here for some fun, some discussions. I hope everybody got the reference of the title and the thumbnail.
Howdy, howdy, howdy.
So, of course, we talked yesterday about what's coming up this week, but today, just some things that come up. I thought, you know what, I just want to have some fun. I watched Danny Smith's video from yesterday. It was really good, but he's talking about Elvis smoking pot and all this blast, from our what Danny calls the great one, and so he's um, it's hilarious in his own mind, a legend in his own mind. I know Linda Thompson makes a statement about how Elvis had smoked some pot, and uh, and then he runs with it. Because he knows, the great one knows that that Elvis would have never smoked pot. He doesn't take into account what he was going through, and that pot is a great pain reliever, and I'm quite sure. But here, Geller's giving him LSD. They did.
Hmm.
I don't think. I don't know. I don't follow his shit anymore. It makes me vomit. But you know, he um I don't think he ever said anything about that, did he? I don't know. Somebody else out there tell me. So let's see who's here. Hey, we got Kyle. We got the Elvis chick. Cool. Jerry's here. Hello, Jerry. Satnin. So Cam was able to make it, and I'm excited. So we should have some fun instead of old boring Rick. Here's my useless information to contribute. The sky is blue because air bullies sunlight. I have to think about that one for a second. Did you get that?
No, but I have an excuse. My brain is not functioning normally
Oh,
currently.
yeah.
So I have an excuse. I don't know what your excuse is.
Yeah, excuses. I just don't know. I'm dumb. Yeah. Wait a minute. What is it? I don't even know if I have it in here anymore. I know what it is.
Oh, I am so flabbergasted today. Where's my coffee?
I'm flabbergasted. A new word to the vocabulary that I've decided to start using. I thought it fits in good. So anyway, so we got satin in. Let's see, listening with earphones at work. Cool, Sasha. Um, you said useless information, so I just wanted to contribute. Yeah, I guess that was useless. I think I've got a useless. All right, so we got 18 here. 5 o'clock in the afternoon, last minute type of deal. I just sit here and Cam and I was talking this morning. Actually, we were actually talking when he lost his power, and
Mm.
but we were talking about some stuff and some other things came up. I had a conversation with a couple other people, and I'm just kind of laughing about this. So I loved Danny's video. I thought it was so good. You know, um, he basically, he basically said, you want to take me on? Take me on. You know. So
Mm.
everybody's got skeletons in their closet. So I mean, hey Lori's here, girl.
For sure, for
So,
sure.
so if everybody remembers or was with us yesterday or has seen the show, we started a new. I thought it kind of turned out pretty good once we got it established what word we were going to use. Um, yeah, that word you had would have been perfect, except for I don't know if anybody would have known how to even pronounce it or remember how to spell it after the video, but that would have been a cool word. And then your other word would have been cool while we were watching the one video. Cam came up with give your give your definition of the word first before we say the word. See if anybody can guess it, and then we'll just let it go. But Patty won the word of the day, which was flabbergasted, and so she sent me her list for 10 songs, and we're gonna play both. We're gonna play it twice. We're gonna do it at the noon show on Friday, and we're gonna do it on the midnight show, on the 9 to midnight show. We're gonna play her list. So great list. You guys got to check it out. And we're gonna do this every week. We'll do a every week on Coffee Date. We'll do a word of the day. So I'll let Cam pick the word next week, and
Uh,
it
uh,
has to be in English.
yes. No, hell no. Why?
Well, I think well because I think the majority of our people listening are English.
All the more reason to learn a new language. Maybe start bringing in some
One word a
Africa.
week, right?
Yeah, some Afrikaans words, and then once we have a couple of Afrikaans words and we can actually build a sentence, then maybe Renee can bring in some Dutch words.
It'll
Why the hell? Why not?
well by summer we'll be able to do a whole sentence.
Well, you guys can be glad you don't live in a country that has 12 official languages.
Yeah, that's crazy. You going to talk to Klingon, Cam? Klingon?
No,
Hey, I said we're gonna have fun. I think
gee,
hey
check
Kyle,
this.
hey Kyle, don't Bogart that joint, man. Come on, pass it on.
Check how this works. I just mentioned Renee's name and it's boom in the
we
chat.
if we're gonna play it, Renee let us a what how would you say he gave us a preview of this song he wrote, and
Yes.
he it Cam and I were like I got goosebumps on it.
I was fucking blown away when I heard it.
Yeah, so we're gonna play it here in a moment. It, it's incredible. And I'll let him, describe if he wants to describe in the chat, what how he came about it if he wants to. But it,
Hell
yeah,
no,
it's
he's
a
not.
great deal.
He's not gonna resort to being a lazy ass and talking in the chat. His ass can come on the screen and talk about it.
Yeah,
What did?
we'll give you the link. We'll give you the link, Renee, if you want to. You can pop in and give us a real quick definition if you want, and then and you can absolutely hang as long as you want if you want to have some fun, or you can leave when we get into. Um, I was flabbergasted. LOL. You know what? Let's play it now. Um, which page did I put it on? Layers. I put it here. We go. All right, guys. This one you definitely need to hold on to your giblets, your goobers, whatever you got. Here we go.
I wrote this song myself as a tribute to Elvis, ahead of the 50th anniversary of his passing. I hope you feel it the way I do. Let me know what you think.
Okay, Renee, that's cool. That's cool.
Oh, that's nice. We have to be on our best behavior then.
What's that?
We have to be on our best behavior. We can't have Renee's parents thinking we a bunch of crazy asses here.
Especially on this chat, no?
50 years since you walked away, but the room still changes when your voice starts to play. From a radio late at night to a stadium glowing in velvet light, you laughed with the crowd, you felt every tear, made a million people feel like you were right here in a hall full of strangers, somehow alone. You sang like you knew every heart as your own. They said the king is falling, but listen close and you'll hear you're still here in the echoes, in the sound. Still here when the lights go down. From rock and roll to gospel truth, from a Memphis boy to something eternal and true, you're still here in the way we believe, still here in the way that you give. 50 years gone, but the fire still burns. Elvis lives on every time the needle turns. You sang the blues country sorrow, gospel light. You could roar like thunder, whisper like a prayer. One voice, 1,000 colors in the air. You gave it all, never counted the cost. Gold in your hands, but your heart was the boss. If someone smiled, that was your reward. You didn't sing for the crown, you sang for the crowd that tried to put you in time. But legends don't disappear. Oh, you're still here in the tears we hide, standing right by our side. From Heartbreak Hotel to Amazing Grace, you sang the truth right into our face. You're still here, young and old, hand in hand, bringing the world together again. 50 years gone, but the fire still burns. Elvis lives on every time the needle turns. There's a moment in the silence between the last note and the crowd, where it feels like you're smiling, saying, "That's it. That's what it's all about." You're still here in the way it feels. Still here because what was real stays real. You didn't just sing, you gave us your soul, and that kind of love never gets old. You're still here, and the world still knows your name. Still here. And nothing sounds the same. 50 years gone, but the fire still burns. Elvis lives on.
Unfreaking believable.
Yeah, it's insane.
We'll play it again a little bit later for those who pop in late, after we started it. Rick needs to be on acapella on Inside the Studio. Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, I think it's great. I'll, Renee, I hope you don't. If it's all right with you, I want to play it on a radio show. I want to throw it in the rotation, or I'll put it in the rotation, and I'll also put. We'll play it on our live show. That's just a great song.
I have officially made myself the unofficial self-appointed manager. I take 50% of all the gross fees, and I will take 5% of all fees relating to merchandise.
Steal it gold right here on the screen live. Cam and Renee. Oh, wait, are you Lieutenant Cam? Or are you Colonel? Are you Colonel Cam? Colonel Smith, Colonel Smith, Captain Smith.
Yeah,
General.
that sounds good, General. Yes.
Yeah. Hey, Vangello, I just played a song that Renee put out. I'll play it here in a little bit again. It's unbelievable. Absolutely. Colonel Cam has spoken. So anyway, great one. He allowed us to listen to that the other day, and I don't know, maybe it was yesterday. I had goosebumps. I don't know about you guys, but I had goosebumps. So he gave you thumbs up. It's a done deal.
Yeah.
You're his manager.
Okay, I'll drop the contract and send it to you via email tomorrow for your signature.
Okay, I'm playing the Tom Diskin role.
I
Anybody out there? Anybody out there want to play the Priscilla role?
I hell no. I nearly asked the question and I thought, no, it's gonna come out wrong if I ask it, so I left it. No, I think the song for me was very extra special because, uh, barring the theme, it's very close to what I'm feeling at the moment. So, well done.
Yeah. All right. So that's that's a hard pass on her. Yeah, I kind of thought it would be. Um. Oh, I know the Anne Margaret. Ooh, how many women out there would have been Anne Margaret at that period of time? Marijuana. Yeah. Well, you know what? I don't know if they prescribed it for glaucoma back. You know what? I think so. I think so. Okay. Yeah. Let's get on the subject for this whole big freaking ruckus about, Elvis, Linda Thompson. I I I had a conversation somebody else today, and regarding about when you think about drugs and all that, the big Larry Geller, and I believe some of these stories, but Danny yesterday made it clear that he did smoke marijuana. He didn't say whether it was all the time or what he did, but he did say he used it at times. Now we have to kind of figure out. Oh, I know what I was getting ready to say. I know people that use pot for pain relief, so I'm sure that other people, whether it was illegal or whether they got a doctor prescribed. I don't know if doctors even prescribed it back then. But I grew up in L.A. I grew up on the beach, and I mean, freaking beach smelled like seawater and pot half the time in the evening, and it's just what I grew up. I never even smoked it, tried it until I was in my mid 20s, and then occasionally. I've never been a big user until the last five, and I'm never a big user now. Um, and I've done smoking of it. The last time I smoked anything was like 2 3 years ago, but I've gotten on, and it's legal. I can say what I want to say here. So I'm transparent. I use gummies for pain relief, and it's better because I don't sit there and inhale this smoke. If I was sitting around with a bunch of guys that want to have some good times, like when I was playing the band, we'd sit around and just take a little tote, and always have that same old joke. Don't Bogart that joke, man. So that's why I did the cover like that. It was last minute, and I was watching Danny. Then I went. Then I remembered there was some topic a discussion and several hours and days of videos spent on this topic with the great one, and he was Linda Thompson lied. He never smoked it. I know he never smoked it. And I don't know how he knows that, but that's neither here or there. Personally, I don't give a shit whether he smoked it or not. You know, I don't. It just it's a stupid conversation to even bring up. And it just goes to show you why creativity doesn't exist in that part of that little street and where this is broadcast from. There's no creativity. So in regards, I thought it was great for Danny I don't know how many have seen Danny's video
No,
or
not
watched it.
yet.
There's a question. The question comes out. It's a really cool question. Somebody asked, "How did Elvis learn a foreign language so fast for songs?" Well, for those of you who don't know, and most of us do know, Elvis had a photographic memory. He could look at a sheet of paper, know all the lyrics, or he could hear a song and know all the lyrics. So he was able to do that. Whether he understood what he was saying, I don't know. I wouldn't know, but he knew how to pronounce the words. He knew how to do it, and the songs came out right. Um, and they sounded good. Some great songs he did in what's it, Wooden Heart, and what other songs did he sing in a different language? He sang down in front of Acapulco. Didn't he sing something in Spanish? Santa Lucia.
Yeah, yeah, I think so.
And what other movies did he sing anything? I don't know if there were any others, but It's
You
Now or Never started off in what, French, but he didn't sing that part. What's his name? Cheryl Neal.
Sharon Nielsen. Yeah, start off in Italian.
Yeah, it's also, you're right. It was an awesome video. I'm watching him more and more often now that that I've kind of got myself organized in what we're doing with the shows. And his last few videos have been, of course they're all good, but he pretty much laid it out there. If you go check it out, just like, you want to take me on, bring it on, type of deal. And but he doesn't care about this shit.
You only smoked it in your 20s for the
Yeah,
first time?
I never took a puff of it until I'll tell you exactly when. It was, I was married 76. 1978.
So
Started
you
at
would
8. I never even
you
smoked a cigarette until I was 35.
you would be what I would call a late bloomer.
Yeah, I just a late blooming boomer. And boomers, that was, you got Woodstock, you got all that. But listen, I just wasn't interested. It had nothing to do with anything other than it just didn't interest me. And I know that one time I was sitting around a bunch of guys and they had cigarettes. So I took a little puff and that's it. And I didn't like it. Oh, I hacked. And then, the first time I smoked pot, I hacked, but I got a good high off of it.
Jesus, when you hit that first hack after you
Uh,
take that first pull, Jesus, like from
yeah,
basement to skyscraper in
I
0.03
know.
seconds.
Yeah. So, but, I would only do it when the band was playing. We'd play a little bit. And okay, I got to tell you the story. So, this was the first weekend I'd ever smoked pot. It was the first time. And I was playing in this band here in Georgia that back then Georgia had started an amateur, I don't know, it may have been semi-pro soccer team. Okay, boomer. Rick missed the connection. Boomer.
Yeah,
Oh no, I got the connection.
I said late
I
plumer.
Yeah, you said late bloomer, right?
Late plumer.
Oh, plumer. Okay, thank
Yeah.
you. Sorry, I did get the connection in, and I haven't had any. Well, I did take a gummy earlier. Anyway, so we became the official music for this soccer team here in Georgia. The Georgia Generals was the name of the team. I never got into soccer, and no offense to the UK, I just can't get into it. It's just because I didn't grow up with it, like kids do today. So anyway, we were sitting there. We were supposed to play in the runway around where people walk around, go to their seats, and all that at the stadium here out in DeKalb County, and so there was four of us in the band, and we got everything put out there and set up, and it was going to be like another 30 minutes we were playing. So me and the drummer kind of hung out. It was the first time the drummer had actually played with us out, and then the bass player and then the singer was they were inside around the studio. So Lance, the drummer, I can't remember. I can't believe I just remembered his name. So, anyways, we were going out there. We were sitting on the back of his truck and we parked him in some Queens County. So he pulled out a joint. He says, "Let's have a little bit before we go out there and play." Now I hadn't freaking eaten anything, so I'm sitting there and I take about 3 or 4 puffs and I'm getting a pretty good freaking buzz. And I go, "Lance, I can't take anymore. I'm not gonna be able to go out there and play." Well, I went out there. We got out there. We started playing. We were doing some songs, and we got the Johnny Be Good. And I thought I'd be smart and do the Chuck Berry duck walk, play the guitar. I couldn't stand up. I went over and I tried to do it. I fell over, knocked the fucking drum set over, the cymbals over, and they kicked us out of there and fired us. I was so freaking embarrassed. But now I look back in those days. So it's been very rare and far in between. I just never been a user or an abuser. And I probably did a couple times when I got divorced in the mid '80s, going out and hanging around for a couple of years. But every now and then, it's never been not those drugs. I've never done coke, LSD, anything like that. I don't drink much, contrary to what is spread out there by the great one. So anyway, that's just my history. I do take gummies now for pain, and that's it. And
No, I don't.
they work
I
great.
don't. I do. I don't. I do coke, but not by the gram, by the can.
by the can of Coke. Yeah. Pals with some of the staff. He conditioned the lady. Okay, I'm missing some comments. Let's catch up here. This is a free for all, guys. Now, this is a free for all discussion. Topics are open, but they're to be it's not to be aggressive, hateful, or anything like that. I'm gonna clear up a couple of things, but I'm gonna have fun with this. You guys, let's just have some fun. We need some fun, and these videos that are coming out are pretty good. Dr. They're on to Dr. K. Santa Lucia was like, okay, thank you. Thanks for correcting me on that. I thought I don't know why I thought French. Doing good, satin. Where am I? Good Lord, I'm 100 something comments behind. But so let's go back to Elvis for a minute. I don't give a shit whether he smoked it or not. And it's an asinine topic to even be discussing on a channel. It's just totally asinine. And it just goes to show you creativity doesn't exist with some of these channels. Look at what
Mm.
I mean, look at Renee's channel. Look how creative that was. And he does some creative stuff. I like to think we're very creative with what we do. There's other channels that are creative. There are some that just want to just sit there and, don't play music, don't do any of that shit. They just want to sit there and laugh at their own jokes. Or there's other ones that just they want to pick on but there's some great ones. There are some great channels. Danny and Billy and Kyle and I like Shauna's topics of discussion, and I don't know who else I could really mention, but Hidden Minds, obviously, but it's a stupid ass topic to spend how many freaking hours on it and how many videos on it. It's just anyway. It's a recent topic that came up. Danny talked about it. It was a question that came out, and so I'm glad he cleared that up. To sit there because I'm going to tell you, Linda Thompson knows. Now I know some people don't like Linda. I think, but here's my opinion of Linda. I do like her. Do I think she expands upon stories or may fill holes in? Yeah. Do I think she's a flat out liar? No, unless somebody wants to show me that she's flat out lied about something. But then how are we going to prove that she lied?
Mm.
Zoe's in the house. Hey, Zoe. Oh, you've heard it. You've heard it, Vangelo? Yeah. Daffy pals with some. It was okay with it. I don't know who they're talking about. I've lost the discussion in the chat, guys. I'm sorry. Sally. So, Rick, you were the original sex and drugs and rock and roll. Well, I don't know. I don't know if I was original unless I started smoking pot at 2 years old. You know? Hey, Mom, can you throw some of that shit in my bottle, please? Can you give me some? Can you give me some? Make me some brownies, Ma. No,
Oh, those are good.
but that's good. That's a good one. No, I grew up with seeing people die from drugs. And not see, but know, have friends that have that. When I was in seventh grade, somewhere on the campus, I wasn't there around it, but he OD'd right there on campus, and then it was a time. It was a tough time. 68, the 60s was the love generation. Woodstock, free sex. um, sexual revolution, and it just um, I don't know. Maybe I'm just a prude. Maybe call me a prude. I had no problem hanging around people, and I had no problem with them doing what they wanted to do because they were doing what they wanted to do. And I
Mm.
hung around people, and they knew better than to try to pressure me or anything. I'd hang around with guys. Maybe it was the second contact high. Maybe that's what it was. I hang around with them and thought, shit, why do I have to smoke it by it? I can sit here with them for an hour and I get a buzz.
Yeah.
You know. So that's transparency right there. I'm not ashamed of, I'm not ashamed of that stuff. I never, like I said, there was one time I did one line of coke and I hated it. Never did it again, ever again. And I can't think of any other. I used to take a little, some. Um, there was a few times I took some what they called black beauties. They were uppers, and I did it for about a week, and I didn't like that feeling either. But boy, did I get the house clean! Jesus, man,
I, I,
I
I,
did. I was married at the time, and we went to bed. And I looked at the house, and it was like filthy. And I can't even explain what kind of marriage that was, but dishes were filled and laundry sitting around in the car. Yeah, everything was filthy in the house. So about midnight, I started. She was over at her parents for some reason. I think we were fighting about something. I don't know. Maybe because I was an idiot. I don't know. So I had taken a couple. Damn, if that house was a spit spot by 5 o'clock in the morning, all the laundry was done, the dishes were done, they were all put away. I vacuumed, I cleaned, I even bathed the dog.
here's a funny story. Seeing as though we're talking about it now, I'll tell you guys a story. One time, I was what? We were in our middle 20s. And at that stage, my friend's brother had already started doing the international tours. And he told Jock about some stuff that he'd gotten up in Zambia. And he was telling Jock about it. And he was saying that, he can roll a small slopey like this and can literally take one hit and you like gone for hours.
Oh yeah.
So of course, Chalk told me about this stuff, and I was like, "No way in hell that stuff is so potent." He's like, "Okay, when my brother comes home from his next tour, I'll get him to bring some of that stuff back, and we can have a barbecue, and we can have like our regular Friday night party.
Oh,
Where
1 second. Hey
I wrote
Richie,
this song
oops, that's the wrong thing. Richie, I was nothing like Jim Morrison. Trust me, nothing. He was a drug addict, an alcoholic, and all that. So no, I disagree with that. I was not like Jim Morrison. Okay, go ahead, Cam. I just want to get that clear.
yeah, and so of course, when a couple of weeks later, when his brother arrived home, we had our regular Friday night party where he would invite the neighbors in the complex and all the rest of it. And as the night progressed, we decided, okay. And his brother said, "Yeah, he brought some of the stuff." And Jock said, "Okay, well, let's roll a slow piece so that Cam can try this stuff and see if it's really as bad as because he don't believe me it's that bad." So his brother said, "Okay, fine." And his brother rolled a small slopey like this. And I was like, "Dude, I can't smoke that thing. I'm gonna burn my fingers to the bone. You have to roll it longer so that I can hold it easier." So of course his brother rolled one as long as a regular cigarette, but he rolled a baseball bat, right?
Oh my God, a Cheech and Chong doobie.
Yes. And he rolled this thing, and of course now I've had a couple of drinks, so I've got the strength of Tarzan. And of course it comes around to my side, and I don't take the what we later termed the feminine drag.
Yeah.
I went all out, and I tell you something, it was like 20 seconds, and I felt okay, cool. And eventually we kind of moved from outside into inside, and all the people had at some point gone home, and it was just the three of us in the flat. And we were sitting in his room listening to music and all the rest of it, as it usually happened, because when we got high enough he would start popping the house tunes, and we'd sit and socialize among the three of us. And at one stage I remember sitting on his bed, and I thought, no, I'm a little bit heavy. I'm going to lay over backward with my head on a pillow. And at some point I blacked out. But when I woke up to this voice softly in my ear going, "Cam, hello, Cam. Cam, are you there?" And I remember opening my eyes, and all I saw in front of me was this insanely hot blonde chick leaning over me. And I obviously extended my arms out to pull this woman closer. And as I intertwined and interlocked my fingers around his neck, he started screaming, "No, dude, no, no, it's me, dude, it's me, it's me, it's me." And he pulled off a wig. He'd actually gone to his wife's cupboard and put on a blonde wig. And because I was so stoned, I mistook him for a woman. I thought we were at a club.
That's another reason why I don't want to get stoned. Well, of course, I don't have that problem because if there was a woman that came up to me, there was only one woman in this house. So anyway,
And he was like, "No, no, no, no more of that stuff for you." But I tell you, when I finally went to sleep, I woke up the next morning. I felt like $1,000,000.
Kim was so stoned. She says. So anyway, so I have a field day with it. Whoever wants to make a video about this and me and all that, I don't really give a shit. If it gives you a little weenie, teeny weenie, a chubby, then I don't really give a shit. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. So anyway, so that's the one subject I wanted to talk about because the video that got me going to do something today because it's out there. It's obnoxious that somebody wants to sit there and spend hours talking about one comment that he thinks or she thinks is is a lie when he has absolutely 100% no proof. But I do need to do something here, guys.
This is all for entertainment purposes only. Our comments are our opinions only. We make no claims as to fact, and the viewer should make their own opinions.
Yellow polka dot bikini. No, I don't want to see anybody like that.
No.
Worse than Elvis was murdered? No, I don't think it was worse. I just think it's ridiculous. Yeah, the Elvis and murder thing is just an asinine thought too. They come out with these things like they know it, and but you know, so that. But anyways, going back to Renee's video, you guys, I'll play it again a little bit later, but it blew me away. Literally, it was like jaw dropped. Okay, so now I want to share a couple other things here. QRQ. All right, so I don't know if anybody saw today, but Donna put out a statement, and I think it's kind of the how do you put it? I think the walls are starting to crumble down. Yeah, the walls are starting to crumble down. Yeah, huge fan of Mellencamp. Love him. So here's the statement from her. What if it's real, I don't know.
Paraphrased. I do not anticipate that Danny or Teresa Smith will reconsider their position, nor do I believe there is any purpose in trying to change the minds of people who have already made their choice. I do not define myself by the views of those I do not respect, and I have no intention of participating in public arguments or personal sparring. I have asked Lewis to step away from this situation and to invest no further time or attention in it. I deeply appreciate his loyalty and kindness toward me, but this matter is not worthy of his energy. The people who truly know me need no explanation. Those who do not will never be persuaded by debate. As far as I am concerned, this issue is finished. I will not involve myself in conflicts that are undeserving of my time, my focus, or my self-respect.
So so what? I don't. I think this is starting to be the undoing because let me tell you something. My videos are been generated because of his attacks of protecting her. If that had never been out there and the stuff was going on, I would have never. I would have just left it alone. But when false information and adoration and anyways, I'm not gonna say anymore because I get in trouble.
Thank you, Kyle. Appreciate that. No, Kyle, just yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I hope everyone is staying warm. Yeah. Now there was So Josh's videos, Josh has had some really pretty good videos going out. He's gotten some deeper information. He's got some information that I never even had a chance to do because I was just tired of talking about it. But but there was somebody that's been posing, that's gone around posing that they're Joe Esposito's son, his oldest son, and Cindy, his daughter, has denied that it's true. And he's going around. He's telling people when somebody tells him they don't believe him, he's playing the game. I'm going to sue you. I'm going to sue you.
No.
I'm not going to dwell anymore on that. But I there was a bunch of comments where he was sitting there attacking people that were telling him he's not true. He didn't have another son. So he's threatening lawsuits for what? I don't know. It never could happen. There's nothing he could do because first of all, for him to file a lawsuit, he's going to have to get a a warrant or have somebody file a warrant to get the information from YouTube of who this person is. And second of all, everything they said is not worthy of a lawsuit. It's their opinion of it. So his channel's starting to get the shit that we get, you know.
The time that they're gonna have to invest to get all that shit just doesn't warrant the effort.
Louis said something about if Donna decides to separate from me, something to that effect. So maybe Donna is seeing that he's about exhausted from the constant drama from him. I think Cam and I said this before. There's going to come a time when she's going to walk away from it and going to realize. Opinion. That's my opinion, given the my situation. So yeah, I agree. I think she's getting tired of it, and then it won't be long before the attacks come on her. So I'm sure everybody that's ever walked away from him has has suffered. Donna was so quiet when Lisa was around. Now that she's gone, all hell is breaking loose. I'm going to tell you something. She knows why she can't go to Braceland. She knows. And Lisa knew her history. She knows her background, and why would she want somebody that's disrespected Elvis's name? I don't know, but anyways, that's it. That's all I'm going to talk about that topic.
That's your story, and you sticking to it.
That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. The other thing I want to say is if the information that he's relaying that is not Donna Presley, and it looks very good that it's true, when I'm 100% convinced, then I will make that apology to Donna online that I was wrong on that part. I still stand by all her criminal activity and her disrespect she put on Elvis's name. So that's all I want to say on that. I think a lot of DP's viewers are just happy to hear her stories and hear her bash. You're right. That's the whole point of it. She's got a click there where she knows how to. I will give her credit. She knows how to, suck the right people in, and it's just like that's why she aligned with this other channel because and I know I've mentioned his name, but that's why she aligned herself with that channel because first of all, it's probably the only channel that would do it. And second of all, it had the same concept of getting stuff out there, and that's clickbait. Elvis was murdered, Vernon Toller was murdered, all this stuff. I use clickbait only for example, the title today. I consider that clickbait. It's something you need that to attract people to come in. But I didn't sit there and say, I did, I just put on a don't Bogart that joint and it's a conversation about it's not. I find nothing derogatory about the fact that Elvis smoked pot.
No.
I just wanted people to come in and have fun. That's all I want you to do is have some fun today.
You know the irony about it all
So
is John Lennon, Paul McCartney, Ringo Starr, and all those cats smoke joint every single day, all the time. And there was nothing derogatory, bad, or disrespectful said about them or to them or from them in that regard. But yet that's accepted.
yeah,
Accepted as part of the industry norm, as part of the time they lived in, blah, blah, blah.
yeah.
But now Elvis does it, and oh my God, he's committed the cardinal sin.
You know what's upsetting about that? What upsets me about that? Okay, back in those days, it was looked upon as more serious of a drug and all that, in juvenile delinquency and stuff like that, right? They didn't look at it as what benefits it can have health wise, right? So
Mm-hmm.
today we all know most people are more aware of the fact that it does have some benefits. Doctors prescribe it now,
Mm-hmm.
but why today, when you know that, would you attack Elvis for it? You want to
Mm-hmm.
go back in a time zone, forget about everything we've learned about it, and attack him for something that today is accepted.
Yeah, well, here's a shining example right next to me. He went blind in both his eyes because of diabetes, right? His left eye, the retina tore, so they couldn't save that eye. But his right eye, he went blind because of the diabetes. And you know what gave him 25% of his sight back in his right eye? Cannabis drops.
Yeah. I mean, it's got a lot of healing. There's the oil, there's the THC, there's the what's the other one that comes? Um, but it's getting more and more legal, and they're really pushing to make it. Well, all states can make it legal themselves, anyways. States have the right to do it. Georgia's got a limit to a certain point, but what I purchase online from a company, and it's legal here because they won't sell it to states that have it illegal. So it is legal, and it just became legal here a couple of years ago. But I hadn't started doing it until I really started having problems with my legs, and the doctor recommended it.
I used it.
Yeah, the
I
more
used it for my pain management and my spastic muscles, and it worked wonders.
get Daffy, the latest Paul McCartney died in 1966 is not the real Paul. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's like when they play it back. Turn on the dead man. Turn on the dead. They play the song backwards.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, Josh has got. I will give Josh a lot of credit. I am thrilled to death that I'm letting him take it on. It just gives some. The only thing I can do is say is just you know protect yourself as far as the video is concerned to make sure that you don't get hit with a strike. I don't think you will. I mean, but from my understanding, you've got four strikes coming. I have four strikes coming, and they haven't come yet. So there's nothing to strike on my channel. It's an absurd comment. So I want,
No, it's like another thing I always used to say to people is that, uh, have you guys ever heard of anybody overdose from cannabis use?
I don't think no. The only thing I've ever heard is somebody start off smoking some pot in that same day. They had, when he died in his toxology, he had pot and he had other illegal drugs. It was the other drugs that killed him. But
Yeah.
pot itself,
It's like we always we always used to joke and say, "Hell no, we'll just get as high as all shit and we'll overdose on love." But you drink other medication, you can die from it. You drink alcohol and you cause accidents and kill families
I
because of it's like, and everyone wants to get on the freight train about cannabis and oh no, this, that, and the next thing. No, go do your homework.
ask
Go
your
do your
doctor.
homework first.
Yeah, ask your doctor, Sally, because when I was on I was on blood pressure medicine. Actually, I am still. It's metoprolol.
No, sadly, you can actually
You
go.
can
Just
take it
go
again. It
ask you.
won't affect it.
Just go ask your doctor
Yeah,
because Jock was on a barrage of tablets,
yeah.
over 16 tablets a day at one point.
I
And
would tell you one thing: it'll lower your blood pressure.
when he was on his cannabis drops, the only pill he remained using right until the end was his heart pill.
Yeah,
All the other pills he got rid of.
yeah,
He didn't need, and he was a diabetic. He got off his insulin because his blood sugar stabilized. He didn't need his blood pressure medication because his blood pressure stabilized. Everything. The only pill he used right to the end was his heart medication pill, and that was because he had the 13 heart attacks.
yeah. Yeah, people have gotten now. You can't. I don't know if that was Richie, but I don't know if that was because they were smoking pot. But you can't. You can't. If somebody kills themselves while they've been smoking pot, the cause of death can't isn't smoking pot. Smoking pot.
No.
You know, so I've never heard of it. I know maybe we got to chat GPT. Let's do an investigation here. So
No, that stuff is I do it was the best it's the best invention ever. Look, it's expensive where we are in the world. I mean, it cost them
yeah,
like $600
yeah,
for for
but
100 mils.
ooh,
But I mean,
uh,
that stuff is so potent. It looks like oil. It literally looks like oil, and you only need maximum two
yeah,
drops of it a day.
yeah. It does. It's since I haven't, my body's never gotten used to having it in my system a lot, so it doesn't take much for me. And straight up, I pay $39 for 10 gummies, and they last me a whole month because I cut them in thirds. Because I don't want to ever take a full one again. Trust me, I saw things move in this room that don't have legs, so it's just like. But that was just me. I was back. My eyes were like. Anyways, it wasn't a good experience. I hated it. Yeah, Richie boy, back to the fun.
I don't understand that though. Why would a doctor not advise you, the patient, you seeking alternative treatment?
Oh, he's. I can understand that in the UK.
But
I can understand, but
it's pointless for me though.
yeah, you can't. Yeah, you find somebody that'll give you the advice. I mean,
Yeah,
there is good advice online about it.
yeah.
But you know, I know I take blood pressure medicine, and I take my THC. I mean, it's the same stuff as smoking it, but hold
It's it's just the drops are more concentrated. That's the only difference, and that's why it acts faster because it's more concentrated. It's purer. It's more defined or refined. Sorry.
on, do I want to? Okay, I'm not gonna say that this is correct. Yeah, it says you just got to be careful of what you're doing. Both CBD and THC can alter how the body metabolizes. Well, we know that. The concern is if you take a blood pressure and the cannabis, you just got to have the right amount because it'll just lower your blood pressure
Yeah.
even more. But no, but anyways, that's not advice. That's just an opinion.
This is all for entertainment purposes only. Our comments are our opinions only. We make no claims as to fact, and the viewer should make their own
I'll do a
opinions.
Baz.
All opinions are welcome on 𝐫𝐞𝐥𝐜𝐸𝐶. Thank you for your support.
TCB. That's what Baz does, isn't it? At the end
Yeah.
of his videos. All
Hey,
right. So,
I just got an idea. Seeing as though I might be going there tomorrow, I'll ask his brother if he had any drops left. Whatever he had left, I'll take it over. I could use it.
yeah, there you go. Epic. How many got the tickets? Who has their tickets already? I know Patty said today she did. Let's get back to the
Yeah, I know. Quote unquote, Epic's getting a really sore point for me now because it's not coming here.
Yeah.
So I can't join the conversation.
Oh, yeah. So what we're gonna do for those of you, me, that me. She's got her tickets. Kyle's got his tickets. Cool. You got it for the opening day. As far as being out there. Zoe's got hers. Yeah, Patty's got hers. Satnan's got hers. Very cool. So neither Cameron and I will be going to the theater because we just can't get there. Especially, I would love to see it in IMAX. But anyway, I'm fine with that. I've gotten used to that. But what's going to happen is what I'm going to do is on the day it's released to streaming, I'm going to do a Zoom party, and everybody that wants to watch it, whether you've seen the movie or not, can join us, and we will watch it together on streaming.
That's gonna be fun.
That'll be cool. We got on, get some popcorn. We can shoot the shit. We can talk about it, and we can all, if we all have our microphones on, we can all go ooh all at the same time. Oh, wow, cool shit. Look at that ass. Well,
Oh
that
yeah,
was me.
that that was another reason why I used it too.
What's that?
To add to Daffy's point, arthritis.
Oh yeah, yeah. That helps me out with it.
Does wonders with arthritis, I tell you.
I'm checking off my list here.
Oh yeah. Now Laurie just had to go and twist the dagger in my spine, right? I have my tickets in IMAX.
We'll have to block them for a while. No.
5 minutes in the timeout corner for Laurie. No, just kidding.
Hey, for those of you who have Prime, and some of you may have seen this, but I uploaded it for Cam to watch. It's called Duke and the King, and it's about Duke Bardwell, the bass player that filled in now and then for Jerry Chef. You can hear him talking. Yeah, and Memphis. I think Duke played the Memphis concert.
Yes.
So there's it was a 3-part video. One of the subscribers here told me about it, and so I looked it up last night and I downloaded it. It only cost $7 to own it, so I went ahead and bought it, downloaded it, and then I copied it. And so it's really a good movie. It gives his history. It's not all about him and Elvis, but it's 2.5 hours long between the 3 episodes put together. I cut out some of the beginning and the intro stuff and some of the stuff where I ran my mouse over the screen and it shows the pause and all that. But anyway, that was just a split second. But it's really good. He's retired. He's living in I think it's Louisiana. He goes fishing, and that's all he does is fish anymore. And it's really cool. It's a good video. So I might do a Zoom watch with it, split it up in a couple episodes because it is 2.5. Or we'll just watch it all at one time. 3 o'clock. Because I'm only doing them on I'm separating the days now. So if we watch it at 3, it'll be over by 5:30, and then we'll probably finally sign off around 10 o'clock that night. So that's the conversation we have. So it's really good. Epic is coming to the Meridian Theater. Lori, I'm bummed. They're advertising MJ movie in April. I found a local fan club and they didn't know about Epic. Well, they're idiots.
Yeah.
Where's that one? I gotta find that one. Where?
Sorry, okay.
Hey, SP100.
SP100 in the house.
In the house. Yeah, so we were talking about Danny's video from last night about the smoking the pot and then the you want to bring it on deal. So we talked about that a little bit. Go Danny.
Oh, I forgot to mention, as I mentioned to you earlier.
Yeah, that's next, Lori.
Please excuse me yawning, folks. It's not me being bored or tired. It's just I think I'm subconsciously tired. It hasn't quite hit me though. It's not in my conscious yet. I'll probably start winding down by the end of the week, Sunday, Monday next week, because my friend has a service on Saturday. So until Saturday comes around, I'm still gonna be pretty much on high alert.
Yeah.
So please excuse me. I'm not yawning because I'm tired or bored.
Just emotional, yeah. So I brought up at the beginning, I wasn't for sure if Cam was going to be able to make it. He did make it just before we started. I put it in the Discord because we were having a conversation. What was it, around 11 or 12 or something like that? Somewhere around it was 10 o'clock or something like that. So
Yeah.
I my time. So all of a sudden he was gone and he lost power. He messaged, texted me, WhatsApped me, and said they lost power. So I had sent him the notification. I decided afterwards, I just want to do this. I'm sitting here and I'm thinking about this stuff. I said, let's just have some fun. Let's talk about it. And so I didn't realize we are going to get into my pot smoking history or any of that, but so be it. But our conclusion I don't give a shit if Elvis smoked pot or not. Are you
Yeah.
freaking kidding me? Digging in the bottom of the bell for topics is absolutely ridiculous. It's just, what's it going to be next? A week's worth of videos on Burger King Whoppers. You know?
Yeah. Gee, yet again.
So yeah, what
And
is today? Today's the second. So in
yeah.
16 days, Epic starts.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't it right? And then isn't it 28th when it goes global?
Yes. Yes. 28 goes global.
Yeah. And then so anyways, there'll be I'll keep promoting them. I will everybody will get a notification that follows the channel about when we do a Zoom watch for those of anybody can come join in. But if you're not able to go to the theater and see it, I'm going to bring it to you to the Zoom watch. So do that. It's not going to be IMAX, but you know what? You're with a bunch of a bunch of friends. We could sit there and have popcorn. We could pause it and talk about this and that, and everybody can ooh and ah, and it's just I can't wait. It'll be fun. That'll be a really fun one. So I covered the Duke and the King one, so that's um a good movie. So if you haven't seen it, check it out. I will have it on a watch party one day. 2.5 hours long, but it gives a lot. Hold on a second. Go ahead, Kim, if you got anything to say real quick.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, I just read that. We just got through reading that. Unbelievable. It's like if this. So this is my theme for that SP. That came out, and I thought of this. Starting to see cracks in the wall with that relationship. Mm,
Well,
somebody's
rather,
cheating. Somebody's
rather cracks in the wall than walls in the crack.
Oh my God, Cam. I thought we saved that for the radio show.
Oops, wrong script. Sorry.
We don't need no education. That's good. Beginning of the break room, they are going to let him down easy. Okay, I lost that one. Beginning of the break room. Oh, beginning of the break room, they are going to let him. Oh, yeah, break up. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I think you're right. I think you're right. This is the first sign because I could tell you that association has not given her any credibility whatsoever. None. All she's
Yes,
got watching her and following her channel are his followers.
yes, Natalie, I noticed it. I
Yeah,
noticed it the other day already. And I thought silently to myself, I thought,
yeah,
interesting.
yeah. You know what? I got to tell you something real quick. This just popped up. So iPhone, when I used to be with AT&T before I went over to Spectrum on the phone, and our cost just went drastically low. We cut our cost in less than half to less than it was. I mean, more than half. It was about 60 anyway, whatever. So when I was with AT&T, they had a screen they would stop spam calls and stuff like that, unknown numbers. Well, when I went to Spectrum, they didn't have it for a while, but when iPhone did the update, they have it. And I absolutely love it because the only phone calls that come through now are numbers that I know.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. The other ones pop up and it says this person, this person. Do you want to accept the call? And if I don't answer, it just goes right on through.
Mm-hmm.
The truth is, if you're going to take it on a serious topic of any kind, you have to do the work and research. You're correct, and that's why I go back to what Josh is doing. I will give him every bit of credit of what he's doing. He's done some great, awesome research. You know, he's taken some of what I've learned, and he's taken a lot of. There's a lot of stuff he showed that I had learned that it hasn't actually been all presented yet, but actually we have presented, but in different format. Watch his video because that last one, it's like I think it's 55 minutes long or something like that. And he covers it. I just want to make sure that I'm clear to everybody that you know, I- as I say in every show, what I say in the show is not fact. It's all my opinion. And everybody that watches this show needs to make sure that they understand that they need to do their own research on it, not go out and make a video and say, I've got this from this person. So just don't do that. That's just not right. I've screwed up at times, but I'll come back and I'll admit it. Some people don't do that. They just. I'm just like,
Oh, I am so flabbergasted today. Where's my coffee?
yeah. That's a new word for a while. Flabbergasted.
That's Dr. Bo.
Yeah. What's his channel? His channel is called Elvis Legacy. Here, I'm going to put it in the chat. I got it. I got my little kind of a teleprompter prompter here. All right. So here, where's the chat? There you go. That's just put that into your YouTube search window. I don't have the link here right now, but that's the name of Elvis Legacy's Perfect. Don't need. I don't know if that's proper. I don't know. It doesn't make a difference. SP1 think he made me more his match. I was made up. The Smiths gave him a shout out. Yeah, they did. The Smiths gave him a shout out. And I don't blame him. He supported them. The whole attack on Danny, or anybody else is absolutely ridiculous. It's like he's telling us that we shouldn't be attacking a relative of Elvis Presley. Do I need to say the next sentence?
No.
Thank you. That's where the word hypocrite comes. Anyways, that's just my opinion. And this show is all entertainment. So please don't bogus that joint today. Share it. That's the theme. No, this is no promotion for drug use whatsoever. I will not promote that. I'm against that. I'm against
No.
abuse. Period. Alcoholism, all that. It's a bad thing. I'm just being transparent of what I use for medicinal, and I hate to say the word medicinal because it's like Granny clamping. It's just all medicinal and it's moonshine. I know I'm a Southern. I got that goofy sound, that goofy accent, but I'm a true born L.A., Los Angeles raised boy. That's why I read the books. It's not always pleasant, but you're right, Vangello. I read some books that I don't think I'm gonna like, and I wind up correct. But it's if you're gonna do research, you better do research and research all avenues, not just accept the word of one person or claim that the person is lying when you have absolutely no proof that they're lying. Kind of a interesting concept, huh? So we're still working on the trip to Memphis, the 50th anniversary. We're going to have it for those of you here. I plan on having our next Zoom meeting next Monday. No matter whether I hear from Graceland or not, we're going to all decide that we're all going to decide our next movements and move forward. I think we'll go ahead and all of us just agree right on that. And this is the group that we've got, for right now. And then we're going to start opening up to everybody else as far as what's going on. It's just easier to handle somebody. It has nothing to. All I did was send out a message that anybody wants to be part of this group, and I took the first 8 people, and that's it. I didn't go by this person or that person. It was no favoritism, and so we've got the fan club and the trip we're planning. There's 560 days, I think, until the 16th of August, 1927, and I know that because of the journey that I'm doing on the other channel, and there's a lot to do between now and then. I don't want to sit back and just well, we've got 561 days because I'm going to tell you, in the blink of an eye, it's going to be at 200 days, and I want to be places with the fan club and all that. Let me catch up here real quick. I'm 80 comments behind. Time to set off Lori's Alexa. No, I'm not going to do that to her. I can't do that to her. What am I going to say to her, anyways? To Alexa. I got my. Oh, never mind. No, I just said her name, didn't I? Yeah, you're right. It's going to zoom by just like that, I mean, you think I started this, I think I believe I already been doing this other channel for 5 weeks now, you know? But if, I'm, trust me, I'm 100% transparent on my other channel. You guys see me as how I live and what I'm going through to get myself healthy enough to be able to get in the car and go to Memphis. In fact, the nurse, another bit of good news I got was that I had my yearly exam last week. Then the nurses came in because I've had nurse care for a while because of a wound I had that was pretty bad. I almost bled out. But anyway, that's another story. So they've been treating and it's healed. It's gone. I'm being discharged. Everything looks good. My blood pressure's good. My lungs are perfectly clear. So that's good news. So they've given me 100% clear go. Do what you want to do. Just consult with us if you have any questions. So I'm excited about that. Send me okay. Yeah, I'll send that to you. I'll message to you after the show. But it's got 36 subscribers. And I'm not there. I'm not doing it to have and what I love about it is I've got not one. Well, let me put this back. Step back for a second. On that channel, I've never had one negative comment about anything. Everything's supportive from everybody. In fact, I thought, well, I'm going to show what I'm eating for dinner tonight. And it was a nice salad I fixed and everything. And everybody's like, yummy, yummy, yummy. I thought either they're being nice or they're really hungry for a salad right now. But yeah, so that's and I absolutely love salads. But I posted a video accidentally to this channel because I did it off my phone, and I usually keep my phone on the other channel, but I had gotten on the phone on this channel, and then I posted a video. Well, some stupid person who felt like they were a doctor could examine me. This was a comment. Maybe you shouldn't be making fun of people. Maybe you should be getting yourself well. You look terrible. So I replied to her. I go, what city are you a doctor in? He didn't reply. And I just deleted the comment. I usually don't delete comments, but I'm not going to allow people to do that. But I have the goal of getting into shape to get to Memphis. The second thing is if I can even inspire somebody else to do what I'm doing, because trust me, when you see these videos, you guys are going to really realize I'm stepping out of my comfort zone in doing this, but I feel good about it because now that I've got such a great community of people that are there pulling out, and we're going to actually meet some of them. It's just going to be that's the biggest excitement I have, meeting Cam face to face and meeting everyone else that's going to be there, and then making sure we don't get arrested while we're there. Because there's probably a slight possibility we might get locked up on our scooters. Because I'm not on a scooter if I'm not in shape enough to walk as much. People have gotten used to hiding behind a screen. Yeah, I will say that when I was younger, my teenage years and up until when I started having issues, I might have had just a little. It wasn't much. I've always been such a caring person to deal with things for. But I just felt that I was just I was in great shape. I just felt like everything was fine. I thought that I just felt good about myself physically. But when it came time when all this, I wanted to hide it. I really wanted to hide it. And I've said this. There's a couple of our subscribers, and I'm not going to say their name, but you guys will know, who live in Australia. and they're coming to the States next month, and they're coming by. They want to stop and meet me, and they're just going to stop by, have lunch, and then move on. And talked to them yesterday because I've been. They mentioned to me about a month or so ago before I started this thing, and I committed to it, and I just felt like I don't know if I want to do this. I'm ready to do this, but once I started this journey, I started feeling better, and I'm just like I'm exposing myself out there now. But
Hmm.
outside of the doctors and outside of my family, they will be the first people I meet face to face in 3 years.
Wow. Well, good on you.
So, and I feel good about it. I'm excited about it now. I can't wait because they know my situation. They're watching the channel, and I feel good about it.
Yeah.
I'm not embarrassed for I'm upset that I allow myself to get to this point in some aspects. Some of it's health related. Some of it's like I gave up for a while. But this channel has given me a purpose to do things, and Cam has given me even more of a purpose to do what we're doing now. So I think Cam outside of I know that these words can be twisted by some people out there, but I think Cam and I were a match made in heaven for being friends.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
anyway, I'll send. Actually, you know what? Hold on. Go ahead and keep talking, Cam. Go say what you can say. I want to get the topic.
And you know the crazy thing is, and I realized that again, these last couple of days too. Um, Nothing in life happens by chance, or a person should never feel guilty for something happening in life, because whatever happens when it happens for a reason. The reason is never the reason is very seldom immediately evident. The reason only becomes evident later. So for you to sit there and feel a certain amount of guilt for, as you put it, quote unquote, allowing yourself to get to the point that you got to, uh, in my opinion, anyway, not that I'm discounting your feelings at all, because I experience a lot of the same kind of things. But the thing we need to remember is that had you not gone down that journey, had you not gone down that road, we would not be sitting here today.
No, you're right.
And once I look at a situation like that, then I immediately dispel any form of uh, self, quote unquote, mutilation, because sometimes I do.
Yeah.
I replay and replay and rehash and bash myself with a whip a million times over until there's no skin left to bleed. I'm still bashing myself. But once a person can look at a situation like that and say, if this hadn't happened this way, this wouldn't have happened the way it happened. And
Yeah.
many a time, I, in that moment, I realized, you are where you are at any point in your life. Wherever you are at exactly the right point in your life at that specific time.
Yeah.
Because if you were meant to be anything, anybody, or anywhere else at that specific time, you would have been anything, anybody, anywhere else.
I've always been very. I've never been a real social person as far as going out with a bunch of people and hanging around. I've just been very guarded about people who enter into my inner circle. Not that I wasn't friendly and had other friends, but the people that would be within my inner circle. And um, I just always been that way. I don't know why. I just felt guarded. It wasn't like I was had some kind of trauma in my life or something. I guess it's just me. But that same inner circle has developed into this channel.
You know, the crazy thing. I'm going to sketch something now for a second while you spoke about it. My previous life, I was also a very social butterfly, right? But I realize now, going through the journey that I've been on, that I will continue to be on for however long is necessary for me to be on that journey, I've realized now that I was a social butterfly previously to shield me from pain, to protect me from things, and to uh, basically keep me hidden from myself. So everything that has happened to this point where I can say I'm sitting here today and I'm speaking, um, I needed to go through everything in order to realize and to learn that the amount of people that you know or the amount of social circles that you move in, 90% of the time, most people move in those social circles for the wrong reasons. And they know those people for the wrong reasons. For me to have gone through what I went through, where everything needed to be stripped away, I had to learn that the relationships I did have in my life at that point, most of those relationships, the ones that didn't mean anything, those will be stripped away. But those that did mean something, they gain depth. But for those relationships that had been stripped away, I learned, i.e., through a platform like ours, meeting you guys, experiencing what we experience every single week. Those people that made serve no purpose made space for the people here that serve a purpose.
Yeah,
And
Laurie, oh, I'm sorry, Kim.
that I'm more grateful
Mm.
now than having 600 people at a social gathering and interacting with every single one of them. And oh, I feel good, I feel this, I feel that, and the next thing. Because at the end of the day, when the shit hits the fan, those 600 people are gone. And
You
I
know,
would have ended up standing on my own. Whereas now, whatever storm I go through, I know there's a small little group of people
you know,
that are there for the right reason.
that's why I came online today. It wasn't that I was down or anything. I just wanted to talk to somebody and do this. It's just sometimes I'm probably going to do this more often, just to pop up and just talk BS and talk about stuff like this. And then in the situation with with me for the last several years, I've been in this condition for about 15 years now. It's gotten worse over the years to the point where I can't get up and walk as much as I really want to. But as much as I disagreed with it, my wife would always say, "You're just not helping yourself. You got to help yourself first," and that's the advice I would always give to other people.
Uh-huh.
But and I said this before, but the whole thing when I met Cam, I've watched him over the last year and a half grow and get to where he's at, and always tell everybody, go back to the first video on in September of 2024 when him and I first met and did a show, and look at him today. It's not the same person. But so that's what got me to the point of now I need to start helping myself, and that's why I'm doing this, and that's why I just and I know it can be done. Even the nurse told me it can be done. Now there'll be a time when I'm gonna have to have some surgery once I'm gonna lose the weight. You know who else inspired me? But I don't know anything about his music. Is Jelly Roll. That man lost like almost 300 pounds with no surgery,
Mm,
no drugs. It was just
mm,
a workout and all that. I'm sitting there thinking, dude, if this guy, of course, he's got the money to have trainers and all that, but it's no different. You just come up with an alternative to match what he did. And I'm thinking,
mhm,
this guy can do it. And he looks freaking incredible. I mean, I wouldn't go with the tattoos, but I started listening to a little bit of his music, and it's really not that bad. I like it, but that motive. So it was just almost like it was like all these things start came together at the same time.
mm,
So anyways, I don't want to talk too much more about myself on that, but the support that I have from every single person on that channel that watches, and there's people that watch it. There's been people that I don't even know or anything that have found it on the algorithm or that, and they just, they give me encouragement.
mm.
And trust me, before this channel, I wouldn't have got that anywhere else but for my wife. My wife's excited about this, about me getting to that point and us going to Memphis because she's coming with me. She's got to drive because I gave up my license. I figured, why am I going to renew it? First of all, they wanted me to come down and do an eye test. I'm sorry, unless we could do it over the internet. I'm not doing an eye test. I can't do that. But
Mm.
I didn't need the license anymore. I just got a state ID. I may drive anyway. Who's going to pull me over? I got a heavy foot, so. But anyway, she's going to drive us, and we're gonna well because we drive right through Tupelo, and then we get Memphis is 6 hours away, so it'll be a nice trip. Beautiful trip actually. So
Lori better take a whole shitload of gummies with because she's gonna need them. By the end of that 6 hour trip, the two of us yapping, she ain't gonna have no ears left.
oh my god, I didn't even think about that because Cam's going to fly here and he's going to drive up with us, and she may not know what she's getting into.
Uh-huh.
She's not. She's yeah. She likes music. She couldn't name you songs and stuff like that. Like, most a lot of people can. But and she knows. She knows how much I like Elvis and always been supportive of this channel. But she went. We last time I was at Graceland was in 2015, and it was her, me, and a friend that came down from Connecticut that I worked with. Was a huge Elvis fan, and we went and I did part of the. I walked a little bit, and then I I took the I rode a wheelchair, and which made allowed me still at least with the ability to get up and walk a little bit. I was able to get downstairs by coming around from the backside. So anyways, that's what we got for that. We got the committee. We're gonna. So I want to do a Zoom next Monday, and let me just start um, stepping it up. We'll come to decisions. I'm going to put together a list of things. I'm going to put it in our channel on Discord, and that you guys can know what's coming up, so we can have a discussion for it. We're going to finalize all the graphics that we've got so far, which I think we pretty much have. But I'm going to create the headers for the fan club channel that we've started, and and then I'm gonna hopefully have some more merch set up with the different things, so we can all decide what we want to do because this is you know it's just something that I don't I was an executive with a hotel management company. I managed 30 hotels as an engineer. I was over 30 hotels, and this is rejuvenating. This whole process is rejuvenating me because I feel like I'm back at work. I'm trying, I'm multitasking as much as I can. If I my problem is I forget what I was doing over here before I get over here sometimes. That's old age. That's Anyways, I think that's enough of that. Don't tell her what I can't. I can't wait to meet your wife. Yeah, I'll tell you what. You guys are gonna love her. She's very personable. Very personable. Everybody is friends with her. All right. So, what's my next topic? I got that covered. The Memphis and that. Um, I know that there's some things already being advertised. Kyle put something out yesterday. I think it was about what Danny Smith and Teresa's got set up for this year's Elvis Week. So if he's going to be there next year, which I'm sure he will, him and Billy, um, I'm going to meet him, and hopefully the fan club's set up to where we can maybe get some perks or at least some little bit of um, more access,
Executive help.
more executive help. And then I also I'm once I get the fan club at least a little situated, and I'm gonna put out is this I don't know if this is I can't think of the word, if you're taking advantage of a situation. I don't think so, but I want to we're
Oh,
also doing
you
kind of
you,
a make a wish thing type of deal with getting Cam here. So
you mean like exploiting?
that's the word, exploiting. But I don't think of exploiting. I just think of just, hey, this is a situation. And it's
No.
true. This
Yeah.
trip, it started off with you and me getting to Memphis. And all of a sudden now we've got a busload of troublemakers. I don't mean that, guys. You know that. So yeah, it's gonna be fun. I would love to meet Elvis's cousins. Yeah, I want to meet them. And if Linda's there, I wouldn't love I would love to listen to her. I'm quite sure whoever else is there and whatever we can get into, whatever I can afford. But I I'm working, so I'm working on. We're trying to establish what some of the finances are going to be, and I'm working on that. Um, but I want to. What I was trying to get was that I want to. Once we have it established and know what we're doing, I want to. I would love to have an interview with 𝐫𝐞𝐥𝐬𝐬 because I want to meet her when I get there because that's my dream job, which I'll never have. But I'm fascinated with what she has and how much she knows. I would almost say she's probably one of the most knowledgeable persons about Elvis that's living today. So I would just love to be able to do an interview. I saw her do an interview with some other channel. It was really interesting. Excuse me. So I would love to get her on the channel once we get her all situated and just tell her what we're doing and all that, and maybe we can get to meet her when we get down there. Coming together for one purpose. Yeah, I would love to go to the Smith Q&A. Yeah, and for those of you who won't be going there, trust me, you're going to get a lot of live, quick, stuff during the candlelight. Everywhere we go, a live of the ruckus we're causing at BB King's and stuff like that. Whatever. I'm planning on having fun. Angie's very accessible at Elvis Week. Cool. Yeah, and I wouldn't mind meeting Tom Brown. I like him. He's kind of, he's kind of quirky, but he's cool. He's perfect for what he does. He doesn't ask stupid questions with the people that he interviews.
No.
No, he's good.
Jeez, like that dude that was rambling on that thing yesterday.
That poor guy. Every time you look at the one that was interviewing that lady was from Elvis and the Beauty Queen and Me.
Jeez.
Every time you look, they showed the camera and his hair was like standing up higher and higher. I'm just like, oh my God, this guy's hair has grown since his interview started. And she was still on the first question for about 30 minutes in. I have one problem. I will have to go to London, and it might be a few times as I have been to Cuba. Because of that, I need a visa. I have one problem. I will have to go to London. Oh, are you here and you're from London? Is that what you're saying? You can't go to your consulate here? Don't they have a consulate here you can go talk to? So, yeah, I love his videos. Zoe, that's on my bucket list. Okay? What did Zoe say? I got to catch up now. The conversation is cool.
Pink Cadillac ride to Marlowe's.
Ooh, oh, look at Zoe. A busload of ne'er-do-wells. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do like Olga did. Olga sent me videos, and it was great. We followed her through her whole trip during Elvis Week, and we did this the other day, last week, a couple of weeks ago when she went to Vegas. And so when we get down there, we're gonna go live. So have your notifications on because it'll be like last minute because some situations will be, we got to go live now. Let's go live, and we could like when we're getting ready to walk into Graceland, we could stand there and say, here we are. Oh, I'm psyched. I'm getting all psyched again.
That reminds me, I've got to make a mental note. I need to start investigating my visa and passport.
Yeah, start now because the way it takes for mail to get to you, holy crap. Sorry about the death of Jim Sykes. He was a wealth of information on Elvis radio. I didn't know who he was really, but when I saw him and I listened to some, I do remember when I had Sirius Radio listening to him. And who's the other guy? Argo.
Yeah.
But I got tired of paying for Sirius Radio, and that's why I just started my radio station because there's no ads. There's no ads, and we're going to add more and more stuff, and this week Friday. For both radio shows, we're going to be playing Patty's top 10 list because she guessed the word of the day. which was
Oh, I am so flabbergasted today. Where's my coffee?
that, that's Dr. Bodacious. All right. So one more thing I got here. Let's see. So I want to clear something else up too. I did a little bit yesterday, but I'm going to clear it up again about this stupid strike on my channel. And I went to my webpage and I showed you guys it. So I took a screenshot. I'm going to show that, and then we'll just talk it out the rest of the show. I actually made me a list here, Cam. I'm actually
Wow.
following pretty close to it. Oh, we should send this out to everybody.
Yeah.
I love that. Let's see, still here. Sorry. We all need a little laugh, don't we? Okay, so this right here, I don't know if you can see it. I'm going to enlarge it. So, first of all, if you look over to the right corner, you'll see the date of when I did this. When I took this screenshot, January 29th, last Thursday at 5:20. I went in there, and if you can read that, it says there are no copyright strikes on your channel. So now there was one submitted by Donna, and it was submitted regarding the use of her mother's book. But the challenge that she's going to have, which I've counterclaimed, and I think that's why it says no strike, because the strike will appear once it's gone through and there's no more appeals. So that's why it's saying that. There's bullshit lies out there that I got 4 strikes coming. I'm going to lose my channel. Here, you know what? Here's what I got to say to that. Yeah, I can listen to that all day long, guys. I can listen to that. So, anyways, that's my story. I'm sticking it to it. I did counterclaim. They've got 10 days to reply, which that will be over with next Tuesday because it's 10 business days. So next Tuesday that'll be gone, and there's nothing else to strike. I have nothing there. And plus, two, the counterclaim was, and I'm going to state this: it was lied in the counterclaim in their claim about the strike, saying that I used her book through the whole entire video when I only
Well,
used it for 1.5, 2 minutes. The pictures were blurred out. I blurred them out, and then I just reacted to them and spoke to them. That's fair use, and I will win. The only reason why the counterclaim went over to them, because sometimes they'll deny the counterclaim, was the fact that they saw what I had to say, and they said so they're saying, okay, well, we're just going to throw it over to them. So now they've got to make some legal movements in order to respond back. So that's going to cost them money. And given the sight of the flowers that they sent yesterday to Lisa Marie's birthday, they don't have any money to do this because it was absolutely embarrassing. I don't know if anybody wants to see what they were sent, let me know.
welcome to Mr. Brent in the house.
Brent is in the house. Our voice man. Yeah, his laugh. I every time I listen to it, I've had people listen to that aren't even Elvis fans, and they there's nothing they can do. They have to laugh. It's just hilarious. His laugh. Um. So real quick, if you didn't see these, I showed them yesterday. That's the note. First of all, this is the pathetic arrangement. Our fan club sent a beautiful arrangement for his Elvis week. We put together our fan club, our channel here. Beautiful arrangement. But this, I mean, they even look like they're starting to wilt a little. May not deflated. There's that's kind of a signal right there. A deflated balloon.
Jeez.
Got kind of goes along the line with from the great one. I'm sure he's got a little deflation problem. So there, and then this is what they wrote on there. It looks like it was printed on an 8x10 piece of copy paper with horrible font, no graphics, no nothing. So
And just folded and torn,
yeah,
not cut.
yeah. And then they had to go in with the Lisa Marie Presley fan club in order to pay for these. So it's absolutely, That's embarrassing. And once again,
This is all for entertainment purposes only. Our comments are our opinions only. We make no claims as to fact, and the viewer should make their own opinions. All opinions are welcome on Elvis A to Z. Thank you for your support.
and that's correct. Looks like they came from the gas station down the road from Graceland. Yeah, SP 100. I believe she's the one that took those pictures. He was there. Um,
Ouch.
let me let's see. I will have to have a look on there. How long are you going for? Looks like they came from the. Okay, I need to find out what the question she got. Wow, that's a little shoddy. Those flowers are half dead. Hello, Brent, you're missed. Brent, aha, the flowers that fell over twice. Lisa didn't want to meet. Kind of like your yeah, a word from beyond. The claims of strikes on the other channels are lies too. Yeah, they're not gonna. They're not gonna win. And that's, to me, in my humble opinion, it's just my opinion. I believe that the strike came to me because they got advice from the great one, and it was bad advice. And I don't know. I don't have any. I don't have four strikes. Two strikes. Going to lose my channel. Sorry. There was an attempt to try to take out down my TikTok channel. Mm-mm. It's still there. Sorry, guys. I told you we're going to have fun today. Daffy, I'm sure it's 9 nights. Go on their website, masses of info on there about 2027. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you did. You know what? Let me get that. I didn't download them yet. I want to show you this other picture that she sent me. If it'll download right. I've been having problems with downloads.
Oh yes, no, Brent, I agree with you 100%. You know, I actually feel like a heel doing it every time, but every time we hit one of those valleys, I always tell Rick the same thing. I say, no, don't you stress about it. Don't you lose no sleep over it. It ain't gonna happen this way, and it ain't gonna happen that way. And true to his nature, as used to be mine, he would silently bust himself up about it and worry about it and lose sleep over it. And then when the shit works out, I go tell him what I say every time. I don't even
Told you
need to.
so. Smart ass. I don't know why I even keep you hanging around. You guys know it. Okay, here's the pictures that SP 100 sent me of the flowers. Let's get real close here. You see them?
Jeez, where are they?
They're all scattered on the ground. They fell over. Once again, I love that sound effect. And once again, let's make something very clear of what's going on here. You got to give Mellencamp credit, man. He
Hmm.
came up with some great lines. He was good back in the days. He's too political these days. But I saw
Yeah,
him.
and
13 times in concert.
yeah, and he sounds like a jazzed up Bing Crosby now. I don't like his recent
He
stuff.
sounds too much like Woody Guthrie.
Yes.
He's gone that route, and his voice is gone. He's all that. He still smokes, even when he had that heart attack. He smokes. But I'm telling you, how I discovered John Mellencamp was when he was John Cougar, and I went to go see Hart in concert, and which was incredible. And he opened up for the act, and I was just like, damn, who is this guy? And then he started singing "Hurt So Good," and I thought, oh yeah, I've heard this on the radio. Went that night, I went home, bought the album American Fool, and I bought every album all the way up to Cutting Heads, and then I've got some live stuff that Cam shared with me and all that. And I've got some other live stuff, and he was always great in concert. I saw him with John Fogerty. They did a show together. Great
He
stuff.
I remember him saying in an interview one time, can't remember who it was. Uh but they asked him something because he was lighting up cigarettes like they were going out of fashion.
Yeah.
And the guy said to him, you had that heart attack and you're still smoking. And he was like, yeah, I kind of figured it's the only thing I'm really good at in life, so I keep doing it.
So I guess the flowers were set back up and it fell over the other way. Hey, you know what? We know who's kicking them over.
Hmm.
I,
Oh
I,
yeah,
I have no
I
doubt.
would. I have no doubt. I'm surprised. I'm surprised she hasn't thrown them in the pool.
Well, I
But
don't.
that were
I I
that
I, I bet you anything she didn't drag them there.
you know.
I would highly doubt if she took them there, but she may have. It's free reign to go up there. But I think that would have been beneath her. And plus, I don't think she would have wanted to be recognized.
Oh my
But
goodness
once again,
gracious,
that's my
lady,
opinion.
ladies and gentlemen, welcome in the house. Look who we have
Ah,
in the house.
Shauna's in the house. Very cool. Let's see. So we got. So this is when them kicked over the other way. It just maybe you ought to buy a proper vase, whatever the proper word pronounced it. Anyways, I think we beat her up enough on that one. Once again, I told everybody that there will be no more topics of her being a topic of conversation, but it'll come up at times within a video like today, which I'm covering a bunch of other stuff too, because I think some of it's new is Elvis newsworthy or just you know it's just an embarrassment. I feel that I in some way I'm protecting the legacy of Elvis. I don't dwell on the history of stuff like what on while he was alive with everybody, all that stuff. I don't. We really don't discuss that much. We just discuss more of what's happening now, current time, with people taking advantage and using his name for money. So, and that's happening with this situation. And if I'm wrong about the conservatorship, I will apologize. From what I've seen, I am wrong. And I guess at this point in time I will apologize for putting that out there. But will not apologize for the disrespect that was given to his name, for bringing out the information about the disrespect to his name that she blames on a dead man. So that's just my opinion, and I'm sticking to it. Um, I'm sure you guys will cover the day makes the announcement that she's officially parting ways with a certain YouTube. I don't know if you got that memo, but she's already asked him to stop talking about certain things. So once again, I don't know if you were here. I love this song. I don't know if you were here, Brent, but yeah, I thought it was perfect for today. Anyway, anybody else got anything? I talked about the strike. I'm glad Cam made it today. It was fun having him here. He lost power earlier today. There will never be a red carpet for her. No, that's Rick's story, and is sticking. That's right. Um, Bottom line, if that person was wanted there, Lisa would have had them there.
Yeah,
I
agree.
agree, and I applaud, if this is correct. I applaud Riley and Weinshanker for holding true to what she requested.
Mm-hmm.
Because and if that's the case, I believe that she made it very clear who will never be allowed to be there, and for whatever reason she has, I don't know. As far as with Danny and them, I don't know. Are they not allowed there? I guess I've heard that. I don't know why. All I know is I enjoy their content, but I also know that what I hear from them are actual stories. They were there. They witnessed it. The other YouTuber really wasn't there, no matter what said. So, love that. It's a perfect song. Yeah. Bottom line, if they, yeah. So, I guess, anybody else got anything else? Um, we got Dakota tomorrow. For those of you who have been following us, 3 o'clock tomorrow, same time, same network, um, same book. Uh, And then Thursday, what's that? Tuesday, Wednesday. That's Wednesday. Tomorrow's the Zoom movie, King Creole. And and since last week, the 3 o'clock show didn't get to watch the making of Jailhouse Rock because we watched the Baz thing. We're going to watch that again. So we're going to open up with the 40-minute video of making of Jailhouse Rock, which is really good. Then we're going to watch King, and then Wednesday Decoded, Thursday part the 8 o'clock showing of the same thing, King Creole, and that. Friday noon radio show for an hour. We're playing Patty's songs. She won the guess of the word, pick the word of the day. Cam's going to pick the word next week, and it will probably be in Russian. So we'll Niet, niet, niet. And that no, niet.
Yeah, I think so.
You know, Russia gets blocked a lot on my videos for me to watch them.
Sad.
Every time I get a copyright, they get blocked. That's crazy. Think of the fan, and you know what? There's a lot of fans there. I've had a couple people comment that were from Russia.
Sean is fading out.
Shauna's fading out. Good night. Sorry, all right, Shauna. Thanks a lot for stopping by. I'll talk to you later. Saturday, good night. Well, Joel said some Presleys that aren't Presleys. Yeah, I know. I think any guesses? Anybody? Maybe Priscilla, because she's not a Presley, really. Oh, you know what? The last week or two, I've heard this before, but it seems like somebody put out some information that Priscilla was actually married to that Gerald, whatever, Michael guy. Garibaldi, the one who's Navarrone's.
Oh, the baldy guy. Yeah.
I heard that they were secretly married or whatever.
But then again,
Anybody got any details on that?
as with the other SH1T, who the fuck cares? I don't.
I couldn't get this channel to watch in Turkey. Very restricted. Yeah, get oh, you were are you in Turkey? Oh, you were visiting Turkey? Get, get yourself a VPN. They're really cheap. You can watch anything anywhere. I use
Yeah,
it.
and the,
I don't use it,
and the,
but I have it.
and the one I use is absolutely free for need focal.
What's in it? Say that again.
I said, and the VPN I use is absolutely free for need focal.
That's AlphaCon.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Here's my response. You know what that meant?
No.
No.
Okay.
Just kidding. Yes, she was. I got that's interesting. I'm not gonna. I don't. I'm not. I don't have the strength to do a show on Priscilla anymore. But I will get in some conversations and watch some of the videos and bring it up every now and then. But the shows that we did, I was so stressed out afterwards. I think Cam was stressed out. It was just hate filled. And the same thing with Ginger. I've done enough about Ginger. You know what? Josh can have all the full
He
reign
can,
going after.
yeah, he can have that. If he wants to do that kind of stuff, go for it.
Thanks, SB. Yeah. Yeah, more power to him. We're going to bring him up every now and then, and you know what? I have no problem with that. I can end the show having a great time, and I'm only going to do it on shows like this. I'm not going to do it on coffee date, watch parties, and all that. Which the purpose weren't those two great videos Saturday night?
Yes.
Oh my God, I thought those were two of the best ones that we had together at one time. What were they about? It was Lance Legault,
Yeah.
and what
Time
was
to go.
Lance Legault. And there was another one that was really good. I forget what it was now offhand. It's only it's only been 3 days. What do you expect me to remember it? Whatever. I can't remember what it was, but it was really good. Somebody that watched, let me know. But yeah, those were really. They were very informative. Let's Go is a really cool guy, or was a really cool guy. I like him. So, anyways, I'm fine with with what we're doing, and I have intentions of ramping up the radio show because I want to get more people hooked into it. That's why we're keeping the times and adding the characters, and I'm getting ready to create some really cool promos because I've recorded the last few shows, and Patty, the show for Patty's list, I'm recording both shows, so that'll be I got to decide how I'm going to present them. I don't know if I'll be able to get away with doing it on YouTube, but I'll do an event on the radio show anyway. Um, but I want to step that up because the thing about the radio show is anybody can listen to it anywhere at all, and you can get it off of Alexa. You can get it off. Okay, you can get it off of Alexa. You can get it off of off your cell phone. Some people get it off their TV. And then we have the request portal, so you can make requests and hear your songs. You want to make a dedication. It's just fun. Cam and I love doing it. So
It's great fun.
the word about Prissy being married to 𝐫𝐞𝐥𝐜𝐸 came out from the lawsuit. I heard it came from Navarone saying they married 22 years. They were married 22 years. Also, Bridget knew about it. Bridget. Oh, that's the lawyer or the people suing them. Yeah. All right, guys. I think I've had some fun. What is it? Almost 7. So I'll get some sleep. I'm going to finish getting. Well, everything's ready for the Zoom for tomorrow. I am working on a video, and I'm going to give you kind of a scenario of it. And I worked on part of it. It's kind of in depth production to put together because I've been wanting to do this for a while. But what it is the title is basically going to be If I Can Dream and the Impact If I Can Dream and the influences from the 1960s, from 1968, that whole year. I put together all the events that culminated that year, and it's just incredible. So I've got like a 7-minute video. I've already done the narration. The narration's in my voice. I am using AI, but it's my cloned voice. I wanted to use my voice. So it sounds like me talking, and it's actually pretty cool. So I'm doing the narration. It's going to be a picture, short videos, and then it ends with the song If I Can Dream. And it's really interesting because we know the story about why that song was written because it was right after Martin Luther King and Robert F. Kennedy, and then the Vietnam War was raging at that time. And so I think you guys are going to like it. I'm going to put it out there on the regular, not on the shorts, of course, obviously, because it's almost 7 minutes long. But I'm going to put it out there and then try to promote it a little bit. I'm excited about it. It's going to be my first really major production. So I hope you guys like it. Right now, I'll probably have it finished and hopefully done and ready to upload by the end of next week because I work on it a little bit each night, gathering the pictures, the videos, lining them up with the narration. So, love you, cat. Y'all take care. Thanks, SP.
Saturn.
What?
Saturn's on fire again tonight.
I look like, with my camouflage, I look like the top of your tree. That's funny. Hi, Tina. Oh, you're catching this right as we're ready to end. But you know what? One more time. For those of you who dropped in earlier, we're going to play Renee's song. Renee from Hidden Minds put together a song. Some of you heard it here. It's actually, it's chilling. So here we go. Let me see. Where's the one? Right here. What was it? The big one. It was this one. It was this one. I did play it earlier, didn't I? I know I did. Oh, here we go. All right, guys. Enjoy this. This is really, really good.
I wrote this song myself as a tribute to Elvis, ahead of the 50th anniversary of his passing. I hope you feel it the way I do. Let me know what you think.
If you don't have headphones, put them on. Please.
Mm-hmm. 50 years since you walked away. But the room still changes when your voice starts to play. From a radio late at night to a stadium glowing in velvet light. You laughed with the crowd, you felt every tear, made a million people feel like you were right here. In a hall full of strangers, somehow alone, you sang like you knew every heart as your own. They said the king is falling, but listen close and you'll hear. You're still here in the echoes, in the sound. Still here when the lights go down. From rock and roll to gospel truth, from a Memphis boy to something eternal and true. You're still here in the way we believe, still here in the way that you give. 50 years gone, but the fire still burns. Elvis lives on every time the needle turns. You sang the blues like you paid the price. Country sorrow, gospel light. You could roar like thunder, whisper like a prayer. One voice, 1,000 colors in the air. You gave it all, never counted the cost. Gold in your hands, but your heart was the boss. If someone smiled, that was your reward. You didn't sing for the crown, you sang for the crowd that tried to put you in time. But legends don't disappear. Oh, you're still here in the tears we hide, standing right by our side. From Heartbreak Hotel to Amazing Grace, you sang the truth right into our face. You're still here, young and old, hand in hand, bringing the world together again. 50 years gone, but the fire still burns. Elvis lives on every time the needle turns. There's a moment in the silence between the last note and the crowd, where it feels like you're smiling, saying, "That's it. That's what it's all about." You're still here in the way it feels. Still here because what was real stays real. You didn't just sing, you gave us your soul, and that kind of love never gets old. You're still here, and the world still knows your name, and nothing sounds the same. 50 years gone, but the fire still burns. Elvis lives on.
Renee has become a really good friend of this channel and friend of ours. He's been on in 3 of our Inside the Studios more than anybody else, and except for Cam and me. And so, do me a favor, share this, share it, and keep sharing it because this is incredible. And I'm a musician. I worked in studios. And you know, I've played. And a lot of you know that I played guitar since I was 7 years old. I've played in bands. I've worked in recording studios as a musician, engineer, and all that. This is excellent. He wrote the words for this song.
Mm.
I'm just totally blown away. So promote it, share it, just share it. I'm gonna ask him if he minds if I post it on my channel too. You know, I don't. He's got an incredible channel. Hidden
Mm.
Minds. Oh my God, he's got like 120, 130 subscribers, and he did it. He started his channel a lot longer, a lot later than I started mine. But he's got there's just
Yeah, he's nearly at 150,000 now.
yeah, he's got an incredible, and I'm proud of him. He's and I'm
Mm.
proud to call him a friend. He's just
Oh yeah, most
yeah,
definitely.
he's great. He shares it, and he gave us the privilege of reviewing that song before he posted it
Yeah,
and
that
giving our
was.
insight. And that I feel very extremely privileged for that. So thank you, Renee, for letting us do that. I
Mm.
agree. You know, that's why I want to get it out there.
Mm.
Exactly. That's how you honor Elvis, right there.
Yes. Yeah.
You do it through music, and you do it in showing who he was, and not some characterization that society in many areas have made him. And we know the truth. All right, guys. Been a fun one. I'm going to end on the same song we did yesterday because I thought the beat was great, and we'll go out on this song. It's actually a
Oh, really?
remix. So glad you're mine. What's that?
Geraldine Renee's channel is Hidden Minds.
Yes, just type in Hidden Minds. Hold on.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you. I got a. I believe
Oh,
I
you
have
should
a.
have a link there.
I'll have to get the link here, but I'm gonna. This is what it'll look like. I think I know I saved it because I never delete the 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 headers. Here we go. That's Hidden Minds, the Elvis channel for real fans. Hidden Minds. That's it. So I'll put the. I'm gonna get it right now. Well, I might as well get it right.
Yeah.
Put it in there. Host favorite channels. I love this stream deck. It just takes me right to. Okay, hidden. Oh shit! I gotta get out of that. That's it. That's my other channel. Switch back to there. View channel. All right. Sorry, I'm breathing heavy here. I don't know why. Um, Hidden Minds. There we go. Okay, I'm putting the link into the chat box right now. That's Renee's channel right there. So if you're on whatever you're on, if you can save it, save it in your link. It's a great channel. He's got some great stuff. Does some great analogies, some analysis. He's done his homework on stuff. So plus he's got one of those pleasant voices you can listen to. You know,
Yeah.
like some dull redneck smoke moonshine in the backyard and get ready to sit on the front porch with everyone and talk about who died yesterday or last week or next week or whatever. You know, that's the way it is sitting on those porch. That was kind of a stupid comment. All right, guys, listen. Thank you. I've had fun. I'm glad I did this. I needed kind of a, and I'm glad you made it too, Cam.
It was good.
Yeah, it just it was good. So Cam's got a little bit of you got a pretty good, pretty heavy emotional week this week, and
Yeah.
so
It's gonna be like that for a while.
yeah. So I'll
It's gonna be like that for a while. But one thing my dad said to me today too, and I know he said, 30 years is a long time, 29 years is a long time. I'm gonna be riding the wave probably for the rest of my life.
yeah,
Just as time goes on, the waves gonna get smaller, and
yeah.
the bigger waves are gonna be more spread out
Hmm.
amongst the smaller waves. He said, but there's a part of my journey that I'm gonna ride the waves. That I'm
Well,
gonna have
you get to the
to
point where
surf.
everything's good memories.
Yes.
So, all right, guys, thank you. Some of you got, it's late at night. It's really late at night. Like Cam, 2 o'clock in the morning. And yeah, he's got some cool merch. Yes, he does. I need to buy a cap or something from him. Wear it on the show one day. I'll have to do that. All right, here we go. We ended this yesterday, but I love the beat. It's So Glad You're Mine from 1950, whatever it was, 656, 58, 56. Was this? This was on the first album, right? Or the second one? Second one. All right, here we go. I feel like I'm in a honky tonk.
Yeah.
Little Louisiana. Bye, all.
Hi, guys.